Today we're going to create a snowy landscape. So for one, your paper needs to be horizontal. And make sure you have a name on it. And your class. On the back side, please and thank you. And use something that I can see really well. And every table is going to have white paint on your tray. And we're using the big brushes to make this part go faster. You need to paint what's called a horizon line. This is what separates your ground from your sky. And since this is going to be in snow-covered mountains with trees, the horizon does not have to be a straight line. It can be kind of wavy. And then you want to paint back and forth with your brush. Reload, back and forth with your brush. Make sure you lift the brush every time. No brush smashing. All that does is tear it up, make all the hair fall out. Plus it scratches your paper. So lift back and forth, go clear to the edge. Yes, there is going to be a mess. We will deal with that later. What's cool is, since we're using dark paper, when this is dry, you'll still see some of your brush strokes, and it'll look like snow was blowing across your page. Almost there. All the way to the bottom, back and forth, and if any hair comes out of your brush, just pick it off and paint back over that section. All the way to the edge. And done with that brush. And done with that color. Then your table helper has a job. They are in charge of taking the yellow and the blue and mixing it all up. And what do you think is going to make? Green! And you need to stir until you don't see any more yellow and you don't see any more blue. You stir until everything is completely green on your tray. Alright, mine's mixed up pretty well. Then you probably want to look at the table beside you and check out their green and figure out, is their green darker or is their green lighter? And if your green is too light, what color do you need to fix it? Blue. If your green is too dark, if you don't like how dark it is, what color do you need to fix that? Yellow. So whatever color you're using, you use the, if it's too dark, use the light color to fix it. If it's too light, use the darker color to fix it from whatever you're mixing. And we need to add some trees. Now, when we looked at the trees in that photograph, the trees that were close to us were really big. And the trees that were far away were really small. So you probably want to start with some far away trees. And I'm just painting little curves or branches. So that one's far, it's small. I can sit here and make one that's tinier. Or if I use the very tip of my brush, I can make an itty bitty one way off in the distance. And I could add some that are closer and they're larger. So I'm just painting lines like upside down V's to make my trees. And yes, they can overlap. And overlapping means one goes in front of the other. You don't see the whole object. So I can put one over here and it can overlap this guy. So we don't need to see all of him, that's okay. So you need to make it look like a forest. And don't add the tree trunks yet, we're going to do that next week. We'll do tree trunks next time, and we will add little creatures next time. We'll add snow to the tree branches. So once you're satisfied with how many trees you have in your forest, then your paper can go on the drying rack until next time.